Shalom, shalom, Yasharala. All praises and glory goes to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the legment feeding the sheep of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai, in sincerity and truth with this great gospel coming out of our Bible. And more on the downfall and the collapse of Babylon the Great. Right, Babylon the Great, because time is not on Babylon's side. Time is not on America's side according to what prophecy and according to the words of the Bible. According to the words of the Bible, and in the Bible, America is described as spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt, and a place of what great judgment. The judgment is going to be destroyed with fire, not to be inhabited again. Not to be inhabited again, and the collapse of this system and the ways of America is falling right before our eyes. The people are still distracted in what bread and circus. Right, entertainment, sports, folly, right? Because these devils say, "Oh, we're going through so much, man. We just go home and watch a movie just to help with the distraction." Yeah, to help with the distraction. It's too much going on to be distracted, right? You're supposed to be focusing. Right? The system is collapsing. These people are laying off. Businesses are laying off a mass number of people, right? America is being invaded by migrants, and everything is leading to what a civil destructive war and a world war. These people don't care. All they want is a broth and a beer. All they want is to watch their favorite sitcom, their favorite show on television. While America's falling, it says layoffs jumped in August, while hiring in 2024 is at a historic low. Right, because these businesses are not hiring as much as they used to. Right, they put up signs like they're hiring, but they're not calling nobody back. Right, it's a lot of people being laid off, losing the good positions they had for a long time. It says layoff soared in August, hitting their highest total for the month in 15 years. Man. It says while year-to-date hiring hit the lowest in 19 years. Of a Challenger, Gray, and Christmas survey, the report showed the biggest growth in planned layoffs came in the technology field, which companies announced 41,829 cuts, the most in 20 months. The Lord ain't playing around. Right, here we go. It says mass layoffs hit tech industry. Over 27,000 jobs cut as Intel, Cisco, IBM, and Apple slash their workforce, right? They laying people off. And these people had good positions, right? They had nice jobs, driving around in nice cars, able to rent, right? But one thing we know, these people can't afford to buy a home. That's the dream, that American dream that has vanished. The ability to purchase a home, right? What we got going on. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:4. It says, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low," right? The jobs, right? Lack of opportunity to make an income to feed your family and take care of yourself. That's what's happening. It's vanishing, right? It says, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughter of music shall be brought low." Right, so this is a beautiful thing that's happening, right? The collapse of these businesses, the loss of jobs. It says masses of jobless Chinese crowd train and bus stations, right? It's bad over there in China, right? America done pulled mad businesses from China. Really, damn near all its businesses, right? When you're talking about America and the European nations, they done said, forget you, China, man. We no longer doing business with China, man. We leaving China, man. They leave China, man. So now they go to other countries to do that give cheaper labor, right? First off, which is going to lead to world war. It's going to lead to a war, right? Because all these damn Chinese with nothing to do. I know President Xi know what they could do. Send their ass to fight. Send their ass to die in this goddamn war that's coming, right? While this war is coming, that dollar gonna collapse. All these currencies gonna collapse because they gonna push for that new world order. This is the book of Isaiah 13, verse 1. It says, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Right? What the Lord doing? The Lord bringing down pride. The Lord bringing down egos. Right? The Lord tearing shit up through what? Lack of jobs, lack of opportunity, lack of resources, right? Lack of businesses. And it's only gonna fucking get worse. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And the chief motherfucker gonna be judged is Esau Edom, right? Because we know what's coming. We know what's coming, a full collapse of everybody's system, everybody's society, right? Because what happened? America's intertwined with all these nations. America has that top money, the top currency. America has been in bed with all these nations, so now that America's pulling back and no longer dealing with these other nations, right? What's happening? Their systems are collapsing, right? While America's system is also collapsing, the economy is collapsing, right? It says economy, the household management, the managing of the house, right? It says household management, manager, steward, house, dwelling, right? That's falling apart. These so-called, how can we say, financial advisors that's been voted in to help out with the managing of the house, with the economy, it's not working out. It says the meaning of fraudulently judicious use of resources, right? It says the sense of wealth and resource of a country, right? When we're dealing with the economy, what happened to a lot of America's wealth? A lot of America's wealth has vanished due to what 2008 housing bubble, due to what spending money in wars overseas, right? You could keep going all day. It's all type of shit. What else? It says failure by design. Failure by design, right? Because this system was set up to collapse. It wasn't set up to go on forever. It says failure by design. The story behind America's broken economy, America's broken house management, right? Because what the scriptures also tell you, in a day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, right? The keepers of the house are trembling because they no longer are able to manage the house, right? It says, in failure by design, the economic policies institutes. Josh Bivens takes a step back from the acclaimed State of a Working America series, building on its wealth of data to relate a compelling narrative of the U.S. economy's struggle to emerge from the Great Recession of 2008. Right, they still tripping about 2008 housing bubble. It says Bivens explained the causes and impact of working Americans of the most catastrophic economic policy failure since 1920s. Right? And don't forget, you add this, it says, as outlined clearly here, economic growth since the late 1970s has been slow, right, and equitably distributed largely as a result of poor policy choices. These choices only get worse in the 2000s, leading to anemic economic expansion. What growth we did see in the economy was fueled by staggering increases in private sector debt, right, and a housing bubble that artificially inflated wealth by trillions of dollars, man. Fake money that wasn't even there, right? And when it popped, that motherfucker popped. These homes are now unsell. You could be living in a house you done paid all this money for. You can't even sell it and make a profit. You can't even make a profit. It says the bursting of the house bubble had disastrous consequences for the broader economy, right? Spurring a financial crisis and a rise in joblessness that dwarfed those resulting from any recession since the Great Depression, right? It's only gonna get freaking worse, right? And it's our job to keep track of what's happening, the collapse of America, the fall of America, and it's all written in the scriptures, man. Let's get this right here. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, 16 verse 21. It says, let's start at 19. Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for an amendment, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness. nor be always mindful of the scourges, right? These people, they see the judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai daily, but guess what? They're not going to turn from their wickedness. They are settled in their filthiness, right? They only going to continue to get worse and worse until what they meet their demise, right? It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, they shall think themselves to be in a good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword and famine and great confusion, right? You just had a bunch of Family Dollars get closed down, right? You have a lot of these businesses that was for the poor community being shut, right? These so-called poor communities are becoming food deserts, or you're gonna have to fucking take a Uber miles and miles and miles away from your home to find something to eat, right? Imagine these poor, sick, black, Hispanic people who don't have no kids who give a fuck about them, just stuck in that house, hungry than a motherfucker, right? Hungry than a motherfucker. How they gonna get to the grocery store, right, when it gets worse? Because things are only gonna get worse, it says, but behold, right, because when everything was good, everybody thought everything was gonna continue forever. But they didn't know that the Lord had plans to shut this system down, right? That's what the Lord's doing, shutting this system down. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case, but even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion, right? And great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of what? Famine, right? Shall perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, man, right? Because what comes with that hunger? What brings in that hunger, man? No job, no work, no business, no money, no opportunity. Right? What else is the Lord gonna do? The Lord gonna fucking bring plagues upon this land where you won't be able to grow shit. You won't be able to grow shit. The Lord gonna bring them earthquakes through. Pestilence through. People gonna be sick, they're gonna be starving, they're gonna be dying,